guys, what's poppin'? It is your Toys here, and I'm back with another video. Hey my lovelies, what's poppin'? It is your Toys here, and I'm back with another video. So I know that some of you guys have been struggling to apply your lashes. I've seen multiple lash businesses coming out. Shout out to y'all who are making these lash businesses. Get your bag, sis. But some of us don't know how to apply lashes. Some of us, we getting our big, nice, fancy flutter lashes and we don't know how to apply them. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I apply my falsies on my naturally curly lashes. My lashes are very curly. Sometimes they curl back into my lash. They're just all over the place. So if you're somebody that has a struggle with applying lashes for the first time, then this video is definitely for you. I used to take about 20 to 15 minutes just to apply one lash. I was horrible at it at the start, but I figured out a few tips and tricks that helped me to do it much faster. So I do it in like 2 to 3 minutes now every time I do my makeup. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, please click that subscribe button down below. Click the bell while you're at it so you're notified each time I post a new video. We are on the road to 1K subscribers. Okay, like, if you don't follow me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram at Jasmine_HWLL and on Twitter at JasmineHWLL. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So the first thing you guys need is a black eyeliner, which is optional, an eyelash curler, lash glue. And I like using this one with the wand. It's just so much easier to apply the glue. Pair of scissors, your lashes, which is very, very important. And I forgot to include tweezers. So first thing you're going to do is take your lash off whatever it's in. You want to make sure when you're doing this, you're being very, very gentle because you do not want to ruin the actual shape of the lash. So these are my lashes. As you guys can see, they're a bit wild and all over the place. So next you're going to measure your lash for your eye shape. Now everybody's eye is different, so you want to make sure you're measuring your lash to fit your eye shape perfectly. So a lash, it would have a shorter end going to the longer end. This is the longer end that I'm pointing to. When you're cutting your lash, you want to make sure you're cutting from the longer end and not the shorter end because you will ruin the shape of the lash. So here I just cut a small amount from the longer end, and at the shorter end there's a bit of an extra band, so I just cut that off without removing any of the hair itself. And this is what your lash should look like. This is how we would regularly curl a lash, but because we have curly lashes already, we want to uncurl them. So you hold your eyelash curler upside down and we're going to go ahead and uncurl them. Now, using an eyelash curler is not scary. It's not something that's going to rip out all your lashes. I don't know, if you're doing it wrong, then it might, but it's really, really simple. It's really, really easy. You just hold it upside down and you just I just pump it for about 5 times, and I continuously like go in different parts and I just move the eyelash curler around because the eyelash curler does not get all of the lashes that I need to, especially the ones on the end. So I just make sure I move it around just to get it done perfectly. So now you guys can see the difference between the two. You guys can see how my lash is much straighter and there's no hair getting in the way of my lash line. So next you're going to apply your glue to the lash band. When you're doing this, you want to make sure it's a nice even layer, not too much, not too little. When I'm doing this, I like to make sure I add just a little bit extra to both ends of the lash because that's where it starts to lift first. So one way of doing it is applying a nice line of black eyeliner to your lash line, and what this does is basically prevents any errors. So if you don't get your lash to be directly on your lash line, that black eyeliner is going to make the mistakes less visible. I like this felt tip eyeliner because I'm terrible at eyeliner, but this made it so easy for me. It's literally perfect. So if you're somebody who's not into eyeliner or not that good at it, this is for you. When you're applying your lashes, make sure that the glue is tacky. You will know it's tacky when it becomes basically clear because you don't want this happening to you. But when I apply my lash, the first thing that I do is put it straight down at the middle, and I'm looking down into a mirror. You want to make sure you're looking down into something and not straight ahead because you won't get to apply your lash correctly. So I apply it to the middle first, and then I do the front side, and then I do the end. I'm going to show you guys this again so you can get another view of it. So sometimes, usually the front of your lash or the end may start lifting. All you go ahead and do is you take the wand from your lash glue, you just apply a little bit right at that edge right there, and then you let it get tacky and you just press it in. So for the next way, I apply a little bit of glue once again to the lash band. But in this step, we're going to apply the glue to our actual lash line as if it's eyeliner. Now, when you're doing this, do not have all this excess product. Make sure you wipe the excess off on the edge of your glue bottle. But what you do is you apply a nice thin layer to your lash line. And what this does is really helps you to get like the perfect placement when applying your lashes, because the glue is already where you need to put it. But once you get it in there, it's almost perfect. But when doing this, you have to be very cautious of not getting it all over your lashes. And when you also do this step, you have to make sure that you're removing your lashes properly. I mean, you should always remove your lashes properly, but in this case, you have to be extra careful. And by doing it this way, it's just much faster because the glue starts drying in like literally 5 seconds. So once again, once your glue is tacky, when it starts to become clear, you're going to go ahead and apply your lash. And this is how I hold my lash. The closer you hold it with your tweezers to the band, the more control you have over how you're placing it down. So as you guys can see, I place it directly in the middle and I'm looking down, place it in the middle. Then I fix the front end, I push that in, and then I go ahead and I fix the further end. And sometimes it can be a bit of a struggle to get it perfectly, but if you're not too sure if it's like completely secured on there, just hold in that place for about 5 seconds and just push it in very, very gently. You're not trying to poke your eye out, so you got to be careful. Okay, sis, be careful. But when you're doing this, you have to make sure that your tweezers are clean. You don't want to have glue on your tweezers. I'm going to show you guys in a minute why. And once you have everything in place and you're sure that your lashes are secured, you're going to go ahead and press your real lashes in with the falsies just to make sure that band is as close to the lash line as possible for a very, very smooth and seamless look. So sometimes I use my fingers, or you can use your tweezers as I'm doing here. But this is why you want to make sure that your tweezers are clean. As you guys can see, it's kind of like pulling in a sense. As you guys can see, like there was some glue on my tweezers, so it's kind of pulling the actual lash. Next, I go ahead and I add my mascara just to blend the lashes fully, because we just uncurled them and they're kind of just shooting everywhere. So I put the mascara just so it can darken up and just blend with the actual falsies that I have on. When you're doing this, you don't want to apply the mascara all over the falsies, just to your natural lashes, just a little bit, and that's good. Next, finish it off with some lower lash mascara if you would like to, which is very, very optional. It's up to you. And that is it. Literally that simple. I know some of you probably tried this. It's not going to be perfect every single time. I still have struggled with applying my own lashes. I would suggest practicing with some cheap lashes that you don't really care about, and then continue. As you guys can see, the side with the liner is much more neat and it just looks more flawless than the other side. So you can pick and choose which one you like to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informational, in depth, in detail enough so you can practice. Make sure you practice, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.